Hi guys, so today I want to teach you how to make your own do-it-yourself at-home papaya facial mask. And papayas are not only delicious to eat, this one's a little bit not looking too pretty, but don't worry, he'll be good for our face. Papayas are not only amazingly healthy for our bodies, full of antioxidants, they're high in sugars, but they're good with lime, but they're also great for our skin, especially for those who have acne or who are looking for a little bit more radiance or a lightening boost to their skin. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do this and take you along about why it's so beneficial. It really helps for acne. The acids in here are a very mild exfoliant. Obviously, if you exfoliate in the shower, it'll be more beneficial than this exfoliator, but there are acids in here that will gently exfoliate, which is perfect for every day if you guys wanted to use it. Lightening, brightening, really brightens your skin. Also, it has different enzymes in it, and it also has a bit of estrogen in it. When applied topically, will help most people with acne. I will explain why once you put that on, but first let me tell you what you need. You are going to want to tie your hair up because this can get messy. All you're going to need is one papaya, and this one's a little bit older, which is why I'm using this one because the fresh ones I want to eat. You should get a fresh or a ripe papaya or one that's maybe a day or two older. You also need about maybe 4 small strawberries or 2 large strawberries, then about a teaspoon of lemon juice. Now this lemon juice is optional, and if you have open cuts or sores on your face, like from acne or a scratch or something from somebody like this, then you probably do not want to use this lemon juice because lemon juice is acidic and it's lightening. It will sting if it gets in your cuts. Also, since it's lightening, it's kind of like an exfoliator, again, those acids. So if you don't want to lighten up your skin, don't do that. For people who have pigmentation or those brown dark spots, this will help a lot. But especially for summer, since it is so bright outside, even though I wear sunscreen every day, I am going to opt out of using the teaspoon of lemon juice. But that's just a way to brighten you up even more. So what I'm going to do is cut this open. There's seeds in the papaya, which I'm going to scoop out, and we're going to discard those or plant them in your backyard if you feel super spiffy. And we are going to mash these all up into a paste, and then I will be right back to apply it and tell you guys a little bit about why it works so well. Alright, so now that I have this all in a little delicious little pasty thing, we're going to apply this to our face. And sorry about the lighting, I know it's being freaky. It's just going to do that again. And I do want to mention that I'm using clean hands and that I am sitting on top of a towel so that I don't get the floor all dirty. But I am just going to apply this to my face. And a whole papaya is actually a lot. I'm doing this just because I need a lot of it. You actually could cut the recipe in half or in fourths, but if you're doing it with friends on a sleepover or something, then you could use the whole papaya and the 2 strawberries. But I'm going to apply this to my face. It's not going to dry. It is very liquidy, and with lemon it will be even more liquidy. But you do want to apply this to your face evenly, and then from there we're going to let it sit. So guys, now that this is on our face, we want to let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll talk a little bit with you about why it's so beneficial and how it works. Also, I forgot to mention, my skin is clean before this. You want to use a cleanser that not only cleans, but really doesn't leave residue on your skin. Again, sorry about the lighting, it's just going to go berserk. You want to use a cleanser that will not leave that residue on your skin. And you could exfoliate before doing this, which would actually help this penetrate better, but it's not completely necessary. And the way these 2 things work is that we have papaya and that we have strawberries, and both of them are very beneficial. You guys know that they're healthy to eat because they're full of antioxidants. Well, antioxidants on the skin applied topically also have a great effect for renewing, for brightening, and for really just rejuvenating the skin. The papaya and the strawberries are both acne fighting for different reasons, but when combined together, they're even more powerful. Also, this mask is pretty gentle, so you could do it every day if you really wanted to, and it probably wouldn't irritate your skin. Of course, if you're allergic to it, then I wouldn't do that. If you're allergic to papaya or allergic to strawberries, then I'd say watch out, but I don't think most people are. The first thing you guys should know is that strawberries contain a very small amount of salicylic acid, and if you guys want a video on salicylic acid, I will link it to you here. I personally do not think that salicylic acid is the most beneficial. It's definitely one of the most natural anti-acne ingredients, but I personally like benzoyl and glycolic and other things better. But salicylic acid, unless you leave it on your skin, it won't do a ton. Technically, it is a very mild exfoliant because it is an acid. Technically, it does kind of help break down that outer layer, and it can be slightly anti-inflammatory if you're really inflamed. But if you're inflamed, then taking something that's for anti-inflammation will be a lot more beneficial than just the salicylic acid, but it does have a tiny bit of that salicylic acid, which helps in combination with everything else. There are antioxidants, and what those do is that they sit on the skin and they actually absorb a little bit and help with a lot of anti-aging. Our cat's fighting behind me. Seriously? Anyways, guys, excuse all the interruptions. It's kind of like the honey facial that we did that's really going to brighten up your skin. I will link you to a blast from the past, the honey facial, which is great for acne and radiance as well. Well, hello there. I'll link you guys to that because it's totally an old video, but I really think that'll help you too. But this is kind of similar, only it's a bit more edible. It's not as exfoliating, and it is geared a bit more towards acne. So the strawberries are really there for the salicylic and to counteract those anti-aging things, really to boost up your skin's antioxidants, fight free radicals inside of your skin, and also to kind of break down that outer layer of that plug and also go in deep and try to help with inflammation. Now, papaya in itself is a very, very interesting fruit, and the way it works is a bit more natural enzymes and even estrogen. And you guys know estrogen is a female hormone. If you have too much testosterone in your body, you're going to get a lot of acne. And if you have way too much estrogen, you could get a lot of acne too. So you really have to have a balance of these two things. And the problem for me is that I can't take estrogen in foods or internally because I will start to break out terribly. And that's just the way my body reacts to it. But papaya has the estrogen naturally in it. So when applied topically, it's not going to affect my body the way estrogen normally does, but it'll topically balance out those hormone levels. So, because when you eat estrogen, if you're taking an estrogen supplement, you're going to get that all up in your body. And my body just can't handle that for some reason. My body has a higher level of testosterone, which could be causing some of the acne and probably is. But that estrogen topically doesn't cause those adverse side effects for me, but it still works. Like tofu and stuff, I used to eat it all the time, but I would have really bad reactions. And a lot of other people might as well. And if you're allergic to things like that, the allergies and that inflammation could also be aggravating the acne. But papaya has this estrogen, which will help topically balance out some of those hormones, and it also has a lot of great enzymes. Those enzymes, when they sit on the skin and when they soak in, they're going to brighten it, they're going to lighten it, and they're really going to help to diminish the acne and even a lot of the marks that the acne makes. So if you're the kind of person, you have acne and you do not even pick, and you still get marks on your face once the acne's gone, this would be a great mask for you because it will help with some of those marks. These enzymes also accelerate the skin's healing, and we know that acne is hurt and it's open and it needs to be healed. So when these enzymes sit on top of the skin, they really boost up that healing. They do exfoliate a little bit because of the acids in the papaya. Papaya has acids that will gently exfoliate the skin. Again, it's enough for every day, so you don't have to be worried about that. But it will kind of speed up that healing process, which means that we're going to get the pimples out sooner and we're going to get clear skin faster. Of course, when doing this mask, you're going to need to use other things as well. But I will link you to the honey facial, and I will link you to a couple of other acne videos that might help. But this is a great DIY, do-it-yourself, at-home facial that you can do every day if you want. You can, I would say once or twice a week, maybe the honey facial once a week. And it can really help boost up your skin because not only are you using acne products that are meant to fight acne, but you're using something natural that the earth intended that won't aggravate your acne, but that won't hurt and will help just that little bit that you need. So yeah, I'm gonna let this sit on my skin a little bit longer and then wash it off. Like the honey facial, you could go into the shower and let the steam penetrate or hold a towel over your head. I would recommend doing that with this. It would still work. I don't think it's as necessary as the honey facial. Honey facial, it's definitely a great idea. To do that with this is a good idea, but it's not necessary. And when you remove it, you just want to use warm water and then just very, very gently kind of, just get it off your skin. So I'm going to let this sit for about 10 more minutes and be right back. Alright guys, so I've completely removed that, and when you remove it you want kind of warm, lukewarm water, and you just want to rinse very carefully. And when you're rinsing, you'll notice something. There's obviously going to be the chunks, the little seeds from the strawberry and the papaya. You want to completely remove those from your skin. Now, if you're doing this in the morning, if you're going to be out in the sun all day, or if you're going to wear makeup, you want to completely remove everything and just get it off. But you'll notice that after you take off the chunks, there's almost like a little slimy, not super slimy, but it's like a serum on your skin that stays on there. Like I said, if you're going outside, we talked about how it could be a mild exfoliator. So of course you don't want to go outside and be exfoliating all day. You want to put sunscreen on. And under makeup it wouldn't stick, the makeup wouldn't stick right. So remove it completely. But if you are doing this before bedtime, or if you're just not going to be wearing makeup for the rest of the day or not going to be going outside, you can actually leave a little bit of that slime on. And it's not gross slime, it's like a little serum. It's not sticky or anything. Remove, of of course, the beads and the chunks of papaya, but when it mixes with the water, it goes from being sticky and slimy to almost like being a very, very soft serum. You can leave that on overnight and it will just completely absorb into your skin by the time that you wake up the next morning. You should be a little bit careful of your pillow. Shouldn't stain or anything like that, but strawberry can lighten, and you know, you want to protect your pillow or something, but it really should not be that big of a deal. But even if you do this in the morning, you don't go outside and you leave that little serum on just with a little bit of water, it doesn't have to be wet the whole time, but it will actually absorb into your skin and you will be getting those beneficial ingredients all day long and throughout the next day as well. So that is definitely something I recommend, but the skin is, of course, invigorated, it's brightened, it feels so soft, like, again, like the honey facial, it feels like a baby's bottom, and I just adore it. I'm just like, oh, I want to touch my face all day, but that's not a good idea because with acne, we shouldn't be touching our face now. But over time, especially if you do this once or twice a week, it should help with the acne, especially if your acne is hormone related or very inflammatory, especially for adult acne. This is great for teenage acne, but especially if you have a mom. Kitty, stop chasing the other kitty. Especially if you have a parent or a mom or someone who has really inflammatory adult acne, this will be great for them as well. So I think it's great for everyone. Again, it's natural. There's no reason not to try it. It's very inexpensive, it's cheap, and I love it. And I hope that you do too. So I love you guys so much. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and learned from it. And I cannot wait to hear all about how you guys enjoyed your papaya masks, and talk to you all soon. And I have a lot of papaya mask extra, so I'm just either gonna go eat it or save it for next time. But I love you guys so much. Again, I hope this helped you, and I can't wait to talk to y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.